Okay, welcome back to our Flutter tutorial, and in today's video we are going to go deeper on the different properties of the scaffold. And particularly in this video I'm going to discuss uh, more properties of the AppBar. Okay, but before I'm going to start now, before I'm going to edit this code here, what we are going to do is we are going to create first another class, okay, a stateful widget class that is going to contain or manage the state of our uh, application. It is because later on, as we are going to continue with this tutorial, we would then be dealing with stateful widgets. So that is why, as of now, we are now going to start with the stateful widgets. Okay, so I'm just going to erase this our scaffold. That instead that we're going to have the scaffold here, I'm just going to call another class. I'm just going to call it my homepage. Okay, so as you could see here, it returns an error. It is because my homepage isn't still defined. So as I've said, we are going to create here a stateful widget. So in my case, with my snippet, I'm going to have stateful. In your case, I think we had the default snippet extension, STF. Okay, we have it there. Stateful widget. But for me, I'm just going to use my extension here, stateful widget. Okay? So when I select the stateful widget, it creates two classes. Okay? It called main. Wait, we are going to edit this with my homepage. Constructor should be my homepage. Then I'm just going to have instead main my homepage state. And this is my homepage. Okay. So Flutter has created two classes. First is the class my homepage, which is actually the class that has been called from the build method of the my app widget. Okay. Okay. So if ever that we are going to have a stateful widget, technically it inherits all properties and methods of the stateful widget. And in this case, we are going to override the create state method of the stateful widget. Okay? So the function now of this class is just actually to maintain or to monitor the state of whatever the widgets that we're going to have. Okay? And as you can see here, it created a state of name my homepage state. Okay, which is below. Okay, so this class now represents the state of the widgets. Okay, so we are going to define here, as you can see, we have here the build method. Okay, so therefore it is on the build method where we are going to have our widgets. Okay, so here we are going to return the scaffold. Okay, and as I've said, it is on this video that we are going to discuss more on the properties of the AppBar method. No property, I mean. Okay, so here the AppBar, and as you could see here, we have also our with our previous example. So we're going to use the AppBar widget with the title of, and our title is, we are going to use here a text widget, then the string, let us say hello world, okay, then comma. Okay, so there's a problem, I think. So we have here another parenthesis. Wait. 1, 2. Actually, we missed actually here quotation mark. Then comma. Save. Then reload. Okay. Now, it is possible it has an error. No, hot reload was rejected. Okay, so just in case hot reload was rejected, it says try again after fixing the above error or perform. We are going to try hot restart. Hot restart is actually Shift R, that is our hot restart. Reload is it is going to start from the current state, then it is whatever changes will then be reflected. Hot restart is going to actually restart the application. Okay, so as you can see here, we have now the hello world there. Okay, due to our title property. Okay, how about if ever I want to center our title? So we have here another property. Okay, center title. And as you can see here, it is Boolean. So whether the title should be centered or not. So by default, it is false. So if I want it to be centered, I'm just going to have the value here true. Okay. So save, then reload. So as you can see there, it is now being centered. Okay. Then we also have, for example, I want to style my text. Actually, we could create a style inside the text widget, but I'm just going to use here the property of the AppBar, which is title text style. Okay, we have it there, title text style. Okay, so title text style needs a text style widget. Okay, so if ever you are confused or you have forgotten what should be the widget that I'm going to supply with this property, so what you're going to do here is to just point on the property, then it is going to give us the type of widget it requires for its value. Okay, so it needs a text style. So we are going to have here a text style. Okay, and in our text style, we could do a lot of things here. We could change the color, the background color, and so on. Okay, so I'm just going to have here, I'm going to change the color, and the color property needs a color widget. Okay, we're going to look for a widget that is going to return a color widget, a color type, I mean. An example of that, and the most commonly used, is we have the colors widget. Colors that no, it should be the color. Then we could just supply here actually colors that let us say red. Okay, oh, I guess we could just have colors. Okay, directly colors that red. So save, then reload. Okay, so it here now red. Okay, so in our text style also, we could also change the font size. For example, we are going to have the font size let us say 30. By the way, font size needs double. Okay, so that's I have supplied here 30.0. Save, then reload. Okay, so I'm there. Hello world. Okay, so if you want, you could add actually some more text styles Okay, so when you are going to try this one, you are going to try the other properties. Okay, so next, another one is we have the leading property. So when you say leading, it is a widget to display before the toolbar's title. Okay, so therefore it is going to be displayed here. Uh, since this is our home page, usually we are going to have here the menu, no, the logo or whatever. So in this example that we're going to have, I'm just going to have an icon. So I'm here. I'm going to supply here an icon of type icon. So we have here icons that, let's say heart. A heartbroken. Okay, so I think so. These are, by the way, if you move the selection, so you could see here the sample of the icon. For example, we have here heartbroken. So we have here our heartbroken. Okay, so I'm just going to select heartbroken for my leading icons. Then I'm going to save and reload. Okay, you can see it there now. Okay, so I think we could also change here the color. Okay, so I have here the property color. Then we have colors that, again, red. Save and reload. And also with the size. Okay, so next, next property of the AppBar is we have the actions. Okay, so actions is a list of widgets to display in a row after the title. So after the title, so therefore, if ever you want some widgets to be displayed here, we are going to use the actions. And normally, we are going to use here buttons, clickable buttons. Okay, so I'm going to have here my actions. Then since I'm going to have here some buttons, I'm just going to use here an icon button. So since it is a button, so therefore it is clickable. And by default, it gives us an onPressed property. So onPressed is actually, I'm going to point it, it is a function. It is actually an anonymous function. So it requires here an anonymous function that is going to execute when this button here is going to be pressed. So as of now, I'm just going to have here a blank anonymous function. Okay, and we have here the icon. It needs an icon, so we have here icon, then icons that let's say home. Okay, and comma, then save. Okay, so as you can see here in my actions property, so I have a single button named an icon button, a widget icon button, and when we are going to press that, it is going to call an anonymous blank function also this time. Okay, so save, then reload. So you can see there the button. So when I'm going to look at the ripple effect. So when I click on this, it returns a ripple effect. So meaning I have clicked on the icon. Okay, so I'm just going to have here. I'm going to print. You click the button. So I have a single command on my onPress or on my anonymous function that is going to print you click the button when the button is pressed. Okay, so save, then reload, click. So you could see it there, you click the button. So therefore, that only proves that this function here responded when this event Okay, this method has been or has been triggered. Okay, so take note, print is just like the console that log with our uh, in our web development with JavaScript in Node. Okay, so I could still add some more icon buttons. Now I have now two action buttons, so I'm just going to have let us say I am going to have, I guess it has a camera. So okay, you click camera button, save, reload. So I have there my camera. So you could add more, and that is going to depend on your design. Okay, so I'm going to click on that. So you click the camera button. For the home, you click the button or the home button. Okay, now okay, what else? Okay, that's for the action button and actions. Then I'm just going to add some more. What is common here is we have, as you can see here, at the bottom of our up bar, it seems like it is floating. Okay, you can see it here. So we could actually change the shadow color, okay, into, it's up to you. Okay, colors that let us say amber. Okay, save, reload. Okay, it is now amber, and as you can see here, it looks like it is floating because of the elevation. Okay, so what are we going to do here? So that let us say I'm going to change the background color of the up bar. Okay, I could change the background color that let us say white. Okay, so you can see here white. No? But as you can see here also, by the way, just change the colors of, let's change the color. Let's say blue, and the other one, comma, color. Okay, save, reload. Okay, so we have it there. Now, what I'm trying to point out here is that, for example, if you don't want to have, or if you don't want to the shadow color here, okay, so what we're going to do is we could just remove this one here, reload. Okay, it returns to the default color, which is, I think it is black. No? So if ever you want to remove this shadow here, we are just going to have, we're going to make the elevation, because as you can see here, it seems like that our up bar here is floating. No? So we are going to have the elevation, we're going to set the elevation into 0 and reload, so that the elevation will be removed and it looks like that we don't have an up bar. But actually, when we, if ever that we have widgets here and we are going to scroll, so it is going to stay there and it's just going to scroll the body. Now it would only be the body that is going to scroll up or scroll down. Okay, so anyway, what I'm showing you here are just the common properties of the up bar. Take note, we are only on the up bar. Okay, so if ever you want to test or try the other properties on an up bar or any widget, so just press Control space and you could see here the other properties that you could try. Okay, so what I have only shown you today in this video are only the common the most common properties of the app bar. Okay. Okay, so I hope you have followed our code here. And on our next video, we are going to have another property of the scaffold, which would be the bottom navigation bar. The bars that you could see here, the buttons that you could see at the bottom. Okay, so that would be for our next topic. So that's all for this video, and I'll see you with the bottom navigation bar.